An officer makes his way into the room and finds a woman who has a padlocked chain around her neck. She cries as the officer inspects the lock.
Welcome to CSL TV. I hope you guys are having a beautiful, blessed day. Now, if you're new to the channel, this is just a review, a reaction, as well as an informational channel. Hopefully the informational part help you and someone out. And we just gonna watch some videos. And if you've been rocking with your boy, like I said, hey, thank you so much for rocking with me, because you could be somewhere else trying to find these videos and you decide to stick it out with your boy, CSL TV. And man, the stuff that we find out, just like this Kroger, you know what I'm saying, opioid lawsuit that they're dealing with. That is crazy, because I ain't even know that. But anyway, I don't want to make this too long, so let's get it. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed day.
This story out of Pennsylvania is infuriating, and heads up, this might be hard to watch. This is Eddie Irizarry, a 27-year-old man who moved from Puerto Rico to Philadelphia when he was 19. He was behind the wheel of a car that police say turned down a street in the wrong direction. This body cam picks up as police get out of their car to go over to Eddie. Again, this is graphic. As police make their way over, an officer fires upon Eddie through the driver's seat window. Cops run back over to the car, but as Eddie starts to slump over,
those hands up, right where I can see him. Those hands up.
The partner of the officer who opened fire says they've got to move Eddie.
We're gonna have to, Mark, we're gonna have to get him out. We're gonna have to get him out.
From there, the two cops carry Eddie out of the car, load him into the back of a police cruiser, and drive him to the hospital. Eddie died later that day. This all went down back in August, but this footage was just released. An early police statement claimed that Eddie lunged at officers with a knife, but that statement was later changed, with the footage showing Eddie remained in his car. Eddie's family says he suffered from schizophrenia. In the car, he had two knives on him, described as a kitchen-style knife and a folding knife by police, but Eddie's family says he always carried a pocket knife as a tool, not a weapon. A lawyer for the cop who opened fire claims he thought Eddie was pulling out a gun and believes the shooting was justified.
Hearing that he was going to be the next police officer killed in the streets of Philadelphia, he fired.
The 27-year-old officer who shot Eddie has since been fired and now faces multiple charges, including murder and voluntary manslaughter. Here's Philadelphia's district attorney.
We have been trying to make it very clear that justice is even-handed. It is even-handed if you are powerful or not powerful.
The entire thing is still being investigated, though the cop who shot Eddie is currently out on bail.
This story out of Kentucky is incredibly messed up, and it was all caught on video. In mid-August, Louisville police got a call from some locals who heard screaming coming from a neighbor's house. Cops get onto the scene and make their way onto the property. They try to bust their way through the front door, only to figure out that the entire first floor, including the windows, is barricaded. Cops continue to make their way around the property, searching for a way in.
Which windows to kick out?
And they eventually spot what appears to be an open window on the second floor. Cops ask some of the neighbors who have gathered around if anyone has a ladder.
I got a ladder.
And a moment later, an officer has a ladder against the house, and he begins scaling up. Up on the roof, glass is shattered everywhere, and you can hear the faint sound of someone.
He did what?
An officer makes his way into the room and finds a woman who has a padlocked chain around her neck. She cries as the officer inspects the lock. And he finds that her chain is bolted to the floor with screws. A moment later, the officer takes an axe to the floor to free the woman. Downstairs, police and firefighters use massive bolt cutters to free the woman from the chains. The 37-year-old woman had been chained up by her former partner, with whom she shares a 1-year-old child, and she told local news she'd gone over to help clean the house, which they'd previously shared.
He made me strip naked. He put a chain around my neck. And then he called his friend. He said, I gotta go take this equipment back to Lowe's. When I come back, I'm gonna kill you.
Her quick thinking led her to break the window and shout for help.
I only had a few minutes to get out. They called 911 and they came and got me. If not, he would have killed me.
According to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, more than 10 million adults experience domestic violence each year. 36-year-old man who chained up the woman has been arrested and faces multiple charges, including kidnapping.
I just want to see him get in jail. I want justice. I want my daughter to be okay.
Police are still investigating everything that went down.
Now that is crazy, man. God and them angels and whoever was on her side then. Just for the simple fact, this crazy psycho had chained her up for who knows what God reason and was gonna kill his kid's mom. And it's just sad that women have to go through this. Now, domestic can play both situations. It could be a guy being abused, you know. It could be, a kid, because you eventually bleed that type of negativity onto your child, because if they're around that for too long, they're going to think that is normal. And we already know that's not normal.